Hey everyone, and welcome. Are you ready to become super sleuths? Go ahead and grab your magnifying glasses, because today we're officially becoming grammar detectives.
That's right. This is no ordinary schoolwork. Oh no. You have been handpicked for a top-secret proofreading mission. Your job? To hunt for sneaky grammatical clues. Yep, that means mistakes, and crack the case wide open. Okay, detectives, here's your mission should you choose to accept it. We've got 2 secret case files to investigate. We're going to need to read them super carefully, spot everything that looks a little off, and fix them to solve the mystery. You ready?
Awesome. Let's pull out those magnifying glasses for our very first case file. This one is all about a boy named Brian Lee. Now, the file says he's up for the Student of the Year award, but I'm seeing some very suspicious mistakes in the report. Let's dig in and check out the first piece of evidence.
Okay, our first clue says, Brian is rude. But hang on a second. The rest of the file says he's really helpful. That just doesn't add up. A good detective knows that all the clues have to match. So we need a word that actually describes his helpful actions. And the right word is polite. Brian is polite. Awesome find.
Let's move on to the next line. He always greets his teachers. Aha! Here's our very first secret grammar code, detectives. Whenever we're talking about just one person, like he, she, or even a cat, it, the action word gets a special little power-up. We just pop an S on the end. So greet becomes greets. He always greets his teachers. See? So simple.
All right, on to clue number 3. He does not says no to his friends. Ooh, now this one's a little tricky, so listen close. The words does not already have the superpower built right in, and since the power is already there, the action word say doesn't need its own S. It just stays normal. So the correct way to say it is, he does not say no.
Okay, clue 4 says, Brian does very hard work. Something about that just doesn't sound right, does it? We use the word does for an action, like Brian does his homework. But right here, we're describing Brian. And for describing who someone is, we use the word is. So the sentence should start, Brian is very hardworking. But wait, I think there's another clue hiding in there.
Yes, you spotted it. The second mistake right in the same spot. It's not hard work, it's hardworking. That's the real describing word we use for someone who puts in a lot of effort. See? Sometimes the sneakiest clues are those small little spelling details. Well done. Let's check out clue number 6. He studies hard every day. Here is another secret spelling rule. For action words that end with a Y, like study, when we give it that he or she superpower, we have to change the Y to IES. So, study magically becomes studies. That's STUDIES.
Now for clue number 7. He teach his classmates. Hey, do you remember that power-up rule we just talked about for he? That's right. The action word needs a boost. For words that end like teach, we give it an ES at the end. So teach becomes teaches. He teaches his classmates. You guys are on fire.
And here it is, our final clue for case A, when they doesn't know how to do their homework. Okay, the word they means we're talking about more than one person, right? We're talking about all his classmates. So for they, we use don't, not doesn't. Doesn't is for one person, like he or she. So it should be when they don't know. Incredible work, detectives. Case file A is officially closed.
Wow, you are all brilliant detectives. But guess what? The mission isn't over yet. We've got one more case file to crack. This one's called Case File B, and it's all about a student named Sammy Wong. This is going to test all the skills we just learned. Let's get to it.
The first clue says Sammy doesn't naughty anymore. This feels familiar. Just like in Brian's case, we're describing what Sammy is not something he isn't doing. So instead of doesn't, we need to use isn't, which is just a short way of saying is not. So Sammy isn't naughty anymore. And wait a minute, right there in the same line, did you spot it? The spelling of naughty is all jumbled up. It should be N-A-U-G-H-T-Y. Sometimes the sneakiest clues are just those tricky spellings. Excellent catch. You've got sharp eyes.
Okay, moving on to clue number 3. He trying his best to be a good student. The action word here is try.
Hey, remember that secret spelling rule from case A? Since we're talking about he, we change that Y to IES. So try becomes tries. He tries his best. You're getting so good at this.
What's next? He go to school on time. Aha, it's our he power-up rule again. The action word go needs that special boost. We add ES to turn it into goes. He goes to school on time every morning. This just shows that the same power-up rule works for lots of different words.
We are almost there, detectives. Clue number 5 says, he is very careful. Now, well, we're describing Sammy, right? So we need a full-on describing word. The word we're really looking for here is careful. He is very careful now. And here it is, the final clue of the day, when he do his homework. Okay, one last time, let's use our grammar power. We're talking about he, so that action word do needs to become does. He does his homework. And with that, mission complete. Case file B is closed. You guys are absolutely amazing grammar detectives. Fantastic job today, team. Now that both cases are solved, it's time for our official mission debrief. Let's quickly go over all those secret grammar power-ups we uncovered during our big investigation.
So, here are the top secret grammar power-ups we unlocked today. Number 1. Action words get an S or ES power-up when we use he or she. Number 2. We use don't for they, but we use doesn't for he. Number 3. Always keep your detective eyes peeled for tricky spellings. And last but not least, make sure your describing words, like polite, actually match what you're trying to say.
You all did such an incredible job today. But remember, a detective's work is never really done. So when you're reading your books at home or in class, keep those eyes open. What other secret grammar rules do you think are hiding in plain sight, just waiting for a super detective like you to discover them? Keep investigating. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.